Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel. I'm Jennifer from Haizol, and I'm very, very pleased to welcome Trevor. Trevor, you are the founder of Vendlab, which I understand is an e-commerce consultancy platform. Could you tell us a little bit about your background and what you've been doing?
Well, I've been running before Vendlab. I'm actually at the moment I run a retail business as well called Hello Baby. We've been going for about 12 years. And I'm branching out into helping other sellers through our consultancy. So we specialize in mainly online marketplaces and e-commerce platforms. So things like eBay, Amazon, Shopify, and also back-end systems like Linworks and Vico. So we like the nitty-gritty of e-commerce.
Okay, great. So you do specialize in e-commerce and international trade of products, is that right? Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, it's about half of our trade. I mean, my experience, my retail business has done very well on international trade. So we do about half our business is international. Though the whole Brexit thing has caused some problems, like some pretty major problems. So yes, do a lot of international sales through Amazon, eBay, and also Google Shopping, because you can run Google Shopping in multiple countries. So yeah, do it. It's marvelous what you can do with all the major couriers will send stuff internationally, and Google Translate is your friend.
Definitely. So you've specialized in e-commerce platforms. How would you say that these could be optimized and improved? I know a lot of companies these days who weren't digital before are trying to get onto the digital platform now more than ever. And it's obviously imperative to have a strong, stable, transparent platform for users. So what would you say are some of the benefits and key factors to adopt in terms of e-commerce?
Oh, that's a really big question. It depends what you're looking to achieve. I mean, I would say it's important to have a strong back-end, like a strong e-commerce system to work with. Because I mean, a lot of sellers these days are multi-channel. That's certainly what I advise people to do. So, they're selling on a website, they're selling on Amazon, they're selling on eBay, and they're also doing not just selling on one Amazon, but selling on multiple Amazons, not just selling on, through a website, but they're selling through Google Shopping, and they're doing SEO, and they're doing email. So it's really, unless you like being busy, and I don't really like being busy, I think it's important to, have a strong system which can manage your sales for you, because it's hard enough as it is. Also, I mean, good reporting is really important, but really hard to get good reporting. So, for example, talking about optimizing your ordering, knowing, so you can download your sales, work out what you need to order, and then create purchase orders out of those, which will then get automatically sent off to your suppliers and then automatically booked in. The more you can, the less you can touch your kind of processes, the better.
And how important do you see transparency in that system? So in terms of somebody going digital, do you think being transparent is very important?
What do you mean by being transparent?
In terms of the website, the e-commerce, the system, the platform that they use, transparency in terms of how easy it is to track the order, how easy it is to see all the processes, this kind of thing.
Well, I'd say it's pretty much a given. I'd say that it needs to be. I mean, if you mean easy to use, I think that is, it's obviously important to have something which is usable. I mean, these are complicated beasts. I mean, they're all, you've got a lot of systems which are working together, and a lot of these systems are themselves imperfect. So you're trying to cobble a whole lot of very imperfect things together, and it's quite hard.
Yeah, definitely. And in terms of companies of any size, what do you see as the main benefits of having an online marketplace?
What, as in selling on online marketplaces?
Yeah, in terms of having an online presence and an online marketplace.
But I don't know, do we even need to justify that these days? I mean, I think that there's the obvious ones, like, I mean, you can sell 24/7, you can sell to a much wider audience. I mean, you've seen, in any business, spreading your risk is good. So, for example, you've had, these days, if you just had a shop and the shop's been shut down for the last year, then you're a bit screwed. So whereas, retailers that were multi-channel have been fine because they could just, they could move their business online. Whereas if you had, just in a traditional physical store, it's been very difficult to make any sales. I mean, also, you do get situations whereby, if you depend too much on one channel, even if it's an online channel. So people who depend too much on Amazon get kicked off Amazon, or people who depend too much on Google natural search, the algorithm changes. And, if you can spread your risk, you pick up additional customers. And, if you have a problem with one channel, you've still got the other ones to fall back on. I mean,
No,
I'd say that's
definitely.
fairly simple business sense, I suppose.
Definitely, and we've had a lot of our customers stressing recently the importance of not putting all their eggs in one basket for that exact reason. In terms of mitigating risk, that's really key. What types of features do you think an online marketplace should have to be beneficial to their customers?
Well, it depends who you think their customers are. Do you think their customers are the retailers, or the customers that they, their retail customers, or the people, the businesses that sell on the marketplace, or both?
Both.
Well, I mean, obviously, if you look at someone like, clearly, Amazon has been very successful at giving customers whatever they want, whenever they want it. The different things. I mean, obviously, retailers, the retailer wants the marketplace to be on their side, whereas the marketplace is really on the side of the customer.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And in terms of outsourcing then, do you think outsourcing is becoming more common these days? And if so, why do you think this might be?
We are certainly seeing an awful lot of, an awful lot of sellers are, they do the marketing, and what they do is they just go to China and on Alibaba or something, and they buy, they buy their products directly from Chinese suppliers, and there's a lot of drop shipping going on from China into the West. I think as soon as you start getting other people to do processes for you, unless you are very organized and they're very good, you lose a lot of control. So, on things like Amazon, for example, there are a lot of sellers that are so-called FBA sellers that basically they have an idea for a product, they go over to China, they get it manufactured. So they didn't do any of the manufacturing, they didn't do any of they get it shipped over directly into an Amazon warehouse, and they get it shipped, and so they don't do any customer service, any fulfillment either. So from that point of view, I think that is very is a very popular thing to do. So
do you see any benefits in outsourcing to China?
Well, yeah, it depends. Well, obviously the manufacturing. I don't know that much about manufacturing. I think, obviously everything's made in China. So, I don't know. Is there anyone actually making any stuff in the UK or in the West? Not really. I a little bit. I run a retail business, right? And we do about 2 things which are made in the UK, and that's not because there's loads of UK things we've rejected. They're just all the UK manufacturers all made in China. So whether you're making your own stuff or whether you're buying from a supplier, then it's all made in China anyway. So I think just about everyone outsources their supply.
Do you see any benefits in terms of lower production cost? And obviously with projects like Made in China 2021, the quality across China has improved drastically over the last couple of years and will continue to do so. So yeah. Do you see more benefit now and less risk than, say, 5 years ago?
I believe that, obviously, I haven't heard any complaints of people getting stuff made. So it's clearly getting easier because people are doing it on smaller and smaller scales.
Right.
I'd say, and it's become, if you were to go onto something like eBay or Amazon or any of these big marketplaces, you'll see a lot of the stuff is unbranded, and it's all made by, it's all made in China. So there's a big kind of move to people creating more kind of unbranded goods, or basically, getting something from China, putting their own brand on it, and then doing their own promotion to get it up the listings, and not really, and just getting things just to sell on single channels, or just to sell through an Instagram channel or a Facebook channel. Lots of people finding brands a lot easier to launch.
It was very, very insightful and really super interesting about the marketplaces and the differences between them, and transparency, and how important digitalization is today for all businesses of any size. So thank you very, very much, Trevor, for sparing the time.
Okay, it's been my pleasure. Okay, thank you very much. Goodbye.